welcome to another episode of Playing Telephone. I'm Scarlett Sanchez.
I'm Dennis Kluba.
How are you, Dennis?
I'm good. I just got in last night, but I'm excited. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. You're a little under the weather, but you're gonna.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, she's like.
We don't have any bugs, but we are being travel bugs. I feel like this next month.
Yeah, I mean, this whole month is gonna be like wild for us traveling. We're actually doing some traveling together, so like I feel like we're both on the same boat of trying to do everything possible to not get sick.
I know.
It's like from like
Trying.
well, it's just like late night flights, like traveling all over. It's like, okay, I need to sleep. I need to be in one location.
That's the hard thing about vacation because they're so fun, but they're also exhausting. Like when I got back from Mexico, I was like, I need a day before I get back to work.
It's never vacation.
No.
It's always just a party. And then it's like,
Like,
I didn't rest at all.
yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of things were going on in the meantime. Mm-hmm. And we weren't the only ones taking a vacation, going somewhere. MGK, Megan Fox, spotted in Hawaii.
Yeah. They were, Megan Fox recently dyed her hair kind of a reddish. Mm-hmm. So we see her sitting down at a table and MGK standing very close to her. Mm-hmm. No PDA though, which is odd for them. I will say that. But they're at the Four Seasons on the Big Island in Hawaii. Getting some dinner. There was a few other people there, so it wasn't like it was an intimate dinner. Mm-hmm. But to be out and about and also in Hawaii, clearly a vacation spot like you're saying. Yeah. Are they back together? Possibly, or they're trying. We know that they were trying to work things out.
And I will say, I just want to give you a heads up on this episode. I'm feeling very grateful and very not my usual self. Oh, not my feisty
love is in
self.
the air for you?
I don't know. Something. I'm feeling nice today, but
okay. Someone told you they loved you this weekend.
Exactly. Somebody did.
He was home with his fam.
But that's the only time I hear it.
That's what I was getting at.
But what I'm saying is I was like, I saw this story and I'm like, okay,
feeling positive.
They're gonna work it out. Like I come down hard. I feel like on both of them on the PDA, but I'm like, let's just see what happens. Let's just, if they're trying to work it out, trying to do their best, I'm here for it.
Is that where you're kind of okay with it though? Because they aren't licking each other's faces? You're like, yay, because it's not PDA?
Well, that was the part of the story that kind of was like a kicker for me.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that is interesting.
No tongues?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm used to with those two. But I was more like, because literally the one thing that also came up that I had to laugh about was I was looking at the story and it was like only 2 weeks ago to a month ago, it was like succubus demons.
I know. Right, because she took the social media break and then came back and said there was no succubus demons involved.
Exactly. And so that's where I'm like, okay, normally what I'd say, this is all over the board. I don't know what's going on. But now I'm just like, hey, if they work it out, they work it out.
Because they did try and go to therapy a little bit. Mm-hmm. There was some cheating allegations, maybe with a guitarist, which she shut down. Mm-hmm. But apparently it was also because he slid into people's DMs. So we don't know. I guess we won't know. But I don't know. I could see MGK sliding in there a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like too, for sure. But I also feel like for the both of them,
on the road,
might be good that they stay together.
Yeah.
I feel like they're both kind of like a little bit of wild cards.
Yeah.
But, it might be wholesome.
I'm a wild card. Ooh, ooh. Miley Cyrus song. No.
Good job. I didn't pick that up.
You didn't pick it up? Okay.
I knew the song. But that wasn't the only couple that was getting, not necessarily cozy, but seen out this past weekend. Another one that we're not super fond of. Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner.
But I feel like a lot of the headlines were saying like getting cozy, cuddling up on a horse. Which I don't know why those made me laugh so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were in Hidden Hills. They were at, what do you call those? Equestrian stands is what it was called?
A ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah. A ranch. Equestrian stands?
That's what it said in the article. Anyways, where all the horses go.
Yeah.
I clearly did not grow up with horses like Kendall Jenner did.
Yeah, sorry
guys.
Excuse my language. Okay.
But yeah, they were riding horses, just hanging out. Yeah. Clearly, they are a couple. Like, there's no
feels like it for
ifs
sure.
and buts with them.
Because a week ago we were on the fence. We didn't know. We were more.
I would say
hesitant.
After the Oscars is when we were like, okay, they left together. The first one, they left separately at that one dinner. But this one, they seem... And they were just them two this time around, too, which I think means, like, that was a little date.
And, I mean, the clear them on the one horse pictures together... That was the cozying up. That gave me their dating.
Is that romantic?
For sure.
I know. I guess I've never shared a horse with. I've never shared a horse with anyone.
Well, yeah, but also, I mean, just the pure.
It feels like it would be so uncomfortable. Like you're like galloping and you're just like hitting into each other.
Well, if you're both experienced equestrians, then maybe that's a very.
Well, Kendall definitely knows how to ride a horse.
Soundbite.
She seriously. Dang it.
You set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, I did. Okay, well.
But she actually has a history of.
Yes. She.
Like as a girl, like I mean, they would always go to like a ranch or something like that. Yeah. Like they've been doing that for a while. Like we've even seen that in, I feel like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, stuff like that.
It's definitely a hobby of hers.
Yes. Bad Bunny, on the other hand, the thing that they were referencing was in a lot of his music videos, he'll like be on a horse. And so they didn't really say anything about his past being, around horses, but maybe that's something they share in common. Something they get along.
Common interest.
Yeah, sure.
Cute. Everything a couple needs.
Are you getting any ick? We know that Bad Bunny's fans aren't really.
I mean, I would
consider you a Bad Bunny fan.
Yeah. Like the reason I'm going to Coachella is for Bad Bunny. Which, by the way, there was rumors that he might be not showing up. My brother and sister have been sending me all these things. And I'm like, these can't be true. Send me a legit source.
Yeah.
I don't think they're true,
Who are your
but
sources?
We'll see.
Yeah.
My sister was like, well, you can't do that anyways. And I was like, Kanye did it last year. So it's possible.
It can be done.
It's obviously frowned upon.
Frowned upon. Frowned upon.
But Kanye kind of gets away with whatever.
Yeah. These days it feels like. But that's where I'm like, I don't know. Like with these being more and more confirmed between the two of them, I just want to see how he handles that. I mean, he's obviously already big, already huge, famous.
He's handling it so well because
he just doesn't say anything about it, right?
Not that he doesn't say anything, but I'm sure he's loving it. He's getting so much more attention from the media. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just feel like outlets really didn't fully cover him, but now that he's dating the Kardashian Jenner person, it's like, boom, Bad Bunny.
Maybe part of the plan is to get in with
here we go, Dennis.
American royalty.
Yeah.
I mean, not a bad PR strategy if you're him.
No, not bad at all.
And like you said, Kendall's successful. She's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like it's a lose-lose by any means.
Exactly.
It's definitely a win-win.
Yeah, so they're both leveling up, I'd say, right now. Mm-hmm. Haven't heard much from like Devin Booker since last week on kind of shade from Bad Bunny. So I guess you just gotta kind of watch from the sidelines if you're D-Book, like only a month and a half, I feel like, after they broke up.
It's definitely a quick turnaround.
Okay, great. But you were mentioning leveling up, potentially using the Kardashians. Mm-hmm. We know somebody from the past that kind of got pushed into the whole Kardashian Jenner royalty, which was Pete Davidson.
I know.
And again, this is a big episode for me. I've been so hard on, I would say I've been hard on him, especially in the beginning. I maybe have gotten softer.
Yeah.
But he did a podcast with John Bernthal and was talking about backlash of his dating life.
Dating life in general, altogether. Mm-hmm. Obviously including Kim Kardashian, but also all the other big names, Ariana Grande.
Remember that was like little fling with Cate Blanchett or something for like a second?
Yeah. He's dated a lot of people. Mm-hmm. But he talked about it in the interview too. He was just like, people are so interested in this. He's like, in my 20s, I dated about 10 people. Like, that's not that interesting, at least not to me.
Mm-hmm. No, and that was where he was talking about too, how when he was on SNL, and I thought this was a good point, the weight, like, it became a thing where his dating life was more important than his work or the things that he was doing. And I can definitely understand how that would be frustrating.
Yeah.
But it was almost just what we've said before is it's like who's dating up or down. I feel like kind of like when we saw the pictures of like Kim was meeting with Bezos and like Pete was also there. It just felt like he might have been out of place, from just like an elite level status. Mm-hmm. And it was where his relationship was totally overshadowing his craft or like his work. And so that was hurtful for him.
I just don't think that's fair, though. Like, there shouldn't really be a leveling up, a leveling down. It's just you're dating someone.
Yeah.
Because I never really liked the whole, like, she's so out of your league phrase. Like, that sucks. Like, that means, like, you kind of suck.
You suck. Yeah.
But I could definitely get his frustration because obviously, like, who you date shouldn't define you or your work at all. This did make me like really kind of feel for him though a little bit. So I get what you're saying about getting a little softer.
The other part that I thought was interesting that he talked about was he met all of these people through work.
Yes.
And he was just like,
I wasn't sliding into DMs. Like I met them at work because he definitely met Kim. We know that.
Yeah. And it was funny that it was so true. He was like on SNL. You're one of the epicenters of like pop culture in Hollywood, you know, like that kind of culture. It's like, you're just gonna meet really successful, beautiful people, which I'm sure, like, I don't know the timing, but I'm sure Ariana Grande came through as a musical guest or hostess.
Yeah.
And like, they're just working together for a week, you know, on skits, laughing and stuff like that. I'm sure it's a very intimate, you know, environment.
It's a great place to meet people.
Exactly.
SNL.
We should just, wouldn't that be fun? If you guys need dating advice, join SNL.
You're like sales.
You're good
for it.
It's a dating environment. The last thing I was going to say too was I felt bad for him too when he was like, especially when he was dating Kim, I feel like when he'd be on the side and he had like a skit to do afterwards.
Yeah.
And in the opening monologue, when it's more like topical, like what's going on in pop culture, they would like make a joke about him.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, oh, and then like have to like go on and do a sketch right afterwards because I don't think he read like the monologue before or knew that was coming.
Okay.
So it'd be like, imagine if like before we were doing this show and just like talking to the camera being like, and I was making fun of your dating life. And
you're
then
just roasting me.
Yeah. And it's like, and then you're like, oh.
Time for me to get on stage.
It's like, okay. That's kind of embarrassing.
That one I don't really feel as bad about though because that is the nature of where he works.
That's your job.
Like, you're going to get, and you're also dating such a huge A-lister. That's going to happen. I mean, he should know that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
Overall,
it was definitely
though,
a good interview.
That's what I'm saying. Overall, he does this thing where he kind of like, I feel like he gets back in people's good graces. Like, you know, he's either...
Do you think he was in bad graces, though?
No, it was all just because of his relationship that we were analyzing it like everybody else. And it's like, okay, what is going on?
Yeah. And
he just kind of is like, this is my life. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, this is kind of how it is.
Yeah. And now he's dating Chase, who he wonders. So, yeah, I also just think, like, when you're in Hollywood, most of these stories today happen to be dating today, you know? It's just something that is going to be talked about. People want to know who's loving it on each other.
Yeah.
Who's riding horses together.
That's usually the only thing on my mind. Who rode whose horse this weekend?
Well, Tom Brady's ex, Giselle, is always riding horses with Joaquin, too. I'm like, why are you guys always doing this? It's very romantic, I guess.
So, well, between that and then wrestling.
Lock a woman down. Join SNL or ride a horse with her.
If there's anything you learned from this episode, it's get on SNL, you're good. Dating life set. And then just get a horse and you're good.
Go
bareback on a horse.
At an equestrian center.
Exactly. A stand.
I did say stand.
But moving on to, like you said, it's a lot about relationships, but moving on to this is where the episode turns.
Oh.
I'm just more interested. There's a little bit more drama. So Emily Ratajkowski recently went on a podcast. What was it called?
Being Mental with Eileen Kelly.
Right.
But also this podcast is from March 9th. Okay. Yes. Let's timestamp this.
Timestamp. We should make that a new thing. Instead of lawyer camp, timestamp. Okay.
We've really lost our lawyer cap recently.
We just haven't had to be lawyers recently. We still have our certification.
It's right here.
Yeah, it's over here. So this is from March 9th.
Yeah.
She won, and did it get released recently? Or?
No, people have just been digging. You know how
you know how they do. You know how they do. And she was saying at that time, which this is the hard part to keep track of, that she had started dating some guy. Yeah. And she was pleasantly surprised. It was going well.
Yeah, she was talking a lot about her dating life. I listened to a decent amount of it, and all throughout it, though, she's talking about, well, she first of all is talking about modeling, obviously her career, how her career has shifted a little bit as, you know, your favorite podcast into podcasting and also her book. Yeah. And she really thought that'd be her moment that she quit modeling, but then she's kind of like been on the rise again with some fashion deals. So she's like, obviously I'm not going to go while I'm hot. So I've been really like falling in love with modeling again, even though I've had some bad experiences. So that was an interesting tidbit.
Good take. Yeah.
Also just talking about like what she looks for in a guy and how she's actually been a serial dater, which is on brand for, you know, what she's been.
No.
But like she says, like since she was like 14 years old, like since she was very young, she's always had a boyfriend. And she's like, but I swear I don't have daddy issues. Like I have a really good relationship with my dad. Like, okay. And then she just talked about how she's like never really been single. This is like her first time she's been single in so long. And then all of a sudden though, like minute 33, she's like, oh, but I just started dating someone. So it was like weird. It was like she accidentally had a slip up, I feel like. Right? Because if you keep talking about how you're single, but then you say that you're dating someone, are you single? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I feel you.
Anyways, though, yeah, she talked about how she was talking about how she gets an ick a lot, and that's from kind guys. Of why like things just kind of
fizzle out
fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And aka Eric Andre, like he posted that Valentine's Day photo, and she probably got the ick. She's like, I'm out. Although the ick really means like you can't really put your finger on it, though, right?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. And also, typically when people refer to them, I feel like it's something that people get over.
Wait, you can't get over the ick.
Okay, if you're not, like, dating them.
Right.
Yeah, if it's somebody that you're maybe, like, interested in or have a crush on and then they do something. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. No, I hear what you're saying. But you're thinking of they do something specific.
Yeah.
And then that maybe they can move on from. But sometimes, like, if you just get an ick.
Yeah, in general about some guy or girl.
And you can't explain it, I feel like that's harder to move on from than, like, a specific thing they might do.
Yeah, I feel like this is a way bigger thing for girls than it is for guys.
Yeah, I'm giving you the lessons on icks.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway, she was talking about how she gets icks a lot. But this guy, has pleasantly surprised her.
This is March 9th.
This is March 9th, which it kind of lines up with Harry Styles, because we just saw them making out in Tokyo.
But in that, so making out in Tokyo, that would have been a week ago, last week of March, something like that. And then in that March 9th thing, she said something about 2 months.
4 weeks.
Or 4
So 4 weeks, now, and then now at our time, yeah.
So that'd be 2 months. Which, trying to remember, like that's what I'm saying, because the Emily Ratajkowski and the Eric Andre thing
ended February 14th.
Which I guess you could say that if within 2 weeks or whatever, that it could have been Harry for the past whole month of March ish and like last week of February.
Yeah, that actually would make sense because we're at end of April, right? Or beginning of April?
Or beginning of April.
Okay. Unless there's another guy that we just haven't seen.
But that's the whole thing too of like this serial dating and like...
It could easily be another guy in between, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Or she's been dating Harry for 2 months. Happy anniversary.
And that's the same thing where, I mean, she's just all over the board again because then it was like she was supporting Harry and Olivia Wilde when they were like on tour. Yeah. And then she was like, all of her sources or her reps were like, oh, she's so sorry. Like she's trying to like mend that thing. For their it's like, if that had been going on for 2 months, you're not sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not sorry. And the other thing is too, is that like, I just feel like...
You're sorry you got caught now.
Yeah.
2 months later.
Bitch. Sorry you got caught.
Yeah. Actually, this happened 2 months ago. I'm so sorry.
But also, not in line with her typical strategy. If she had been doing that for 2 months and this is the first time that we're seeing it happen, she's usually a let's get that out in the public right away. So that's kind of opposite too of... And the only other thing was all of her reps and sources are always... Oh, she's just being single. Go with the flow, seeing a lot of people. But on this podcast, she's like, oh, I'm dating. So I'm confused what...
That's what I was saying. Like, she said she was single I think she said the word single 10 times minimum. And then all of a sudden she's like, but I'm started dating this new guy. I'm like, did you mess up? Like, did you accidentally let that slip? Clearly, because you just said you were single all throughout it.
Or is dating... Okay. I'm seeing, like we've seen, because you know what I mean? Like when you start talking to somebody new.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're dating. It's like, no, you're not. Like,
okay.
Dating's like official, I think. Or there's dating around. That's a different terminology, right?
I actually think a lot of people have different definitions of what dating. Like, I kind of agree with you. Like, I think people use dating as they're dating multiple people. I find it to be a little bit more exclusive. Like, you've chosen this person, but maybe you're not boyfriend, girlfriend. Maybe you're not putting any labels, whatever.
We're dating.
Yeah. But
I like to keep it blurry just so everyone's in the dark, like Emily.
You never liked a DTR.
I don't want to put a label on it. Let's just
date around.
We're dating. We're dating. Let's horse around. But yeah, I mean, this is going to bring up some questions. This is going to, and of course, nothing from Harry.
No, he's not going to say anything.
No.
These men don't say anything.
I know. Harry, Justin.
Harry. Like, whatever. I'm making out.
I don't know.
What do I care?
Yeah.
Girls are fighting over me. What do I care?
Did you see, I saw this like recently, but I didn't realize that over the past week when that video came out, that people were giving Harry shit for
being a bad kisser. Okay, I thought that too. It's like his mouth is so open. It looks like they're just like kind of licking each other's faces. Did you see it?
I did see. I saw the picture. I didn't see the video.
It's very passionate, but his mouth is open. I mean, I guess your mouth is open when you're kissing.
Yeah, but not like you don't go in.
It's like fully open, like wide shot.
Holy shit. And that's not something you want on your resume as a super pop star.
No.
You want good kisser on your talents, your skills. So if that came out, you gotta squash that right away.
Yeah, maybe Emily will release
set the record straight.
Round of on.
Oh my gosh. And then the other big, and so that's a drama piece that we're gonna have to watch out for and see like timeline wise what was going on there, or if those two like still do their we're not seeing each other, or
we just like never see them together ever again, and she's with someone new next week.
That'd be super chill though. That'd be chill for both of them. I hope they like, if that's the case, I hope they hooked up.
He's like, she called me a bad kisser, I'm out.
Okay. Yeah. Seriously. But then the other one, of course, igniting controversy is Drake has a new single coming out.
Yeah. It came out on Friday. It's called Rescue Me.
Rescue Me. And he played it when he was doing a promo circuit on XM radio show. I don't know which one. But it has in it a voiceover from Kim from the last season, I think, of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, when she was talking to Chris about, like, I've made it this far, like, I can't afford to not be happy and have come this far.
Right.
Something along those lines.
And that was, like, when she was kind of telling Chris that she was deciding to divorce Kanye.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay, sorry, I was trying to say it.
Yay-A-Y or yay?
Y-E. I was just repeating. Yay.
Got it. Yeah, this obviously, like, Drake and Kanye have had their beef. They kind of squashed it, remember, in Canada.
Fake.
But Drake, I don't know. I'm not mad about it. I think it's kind of funny. But people are saying this is now, like, reigniting their beef a little bit.
Do you feel like because of Drake's persona and, like, his kind of brand, I feel like he gets away with some shit that, like, other people, like, I think that when I'm talking about, like, I don't know if it's like guy code or like, what do you call it, like rappers code or like musicians code. It's kind of like if they are cool with each other.
Yeah.
That's like, hey man, that's a little rude.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's all fair game.
Okay. So like we're both rappers and you have a bad breakup or something like that. And I put a voiceover of your ex on my track and I'm just like, and talking shit about you. And you're just like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah, why don't you just spit rhymes about me? They're not friends, though. They're not actually friends.
Okay, so you're dying on that hill. You're like, they're...
And Kanye thought he was, like, claimed to be friends with Taylor Swift, but he used her audio. You know?
They are friends.
They're totally friends.
If there's anybody that's close that I know, it's Taylor and Drake. Or Taylor and Kanye, sorry.
Well, also, Drake, like, likes to use people's voices, doesn't he? With Marvin's Room.
He was getting sued. Yeah, he's been sued before for Marvin's Room.
So do you think he got Kim's approval? Because that's the better part for me. Like, was Kim like, yeah, use it. I don't give a shit.
He had to have gotten approval.
I feel like with that royalty, you kind of have to. Or they're doing a lot of cleanup right now.
Yeah. And the thing that's also coinciding with this is all happening at the same time is Kanye kind of is like back, not back, but like is tweeting things or Instagramming things That like, because for a while I didn't know where he was. You know, he was like
he was apparently
vanished.
missing.
He was, he was in Africa. And with him coming back and that happening all at the same time, I'm just like, okay, can we not launch into just like setting?
Can we not piss him off already?
Yeah,
like,
can
he
we
just simmered down? He just simmered down.
It's like every time that he does get canceled and we take away his mediums to communicate, everybody's like, we can breathe. Yeah. And then immediately Instagram's like, you're good.
Here comes Drake.
Yeah, and I'm suspension over. And I'm like, who gave him that back? Yeah. Who gave him his phone back? So we'll keep an eye on that. I doubt that there will be any like massive beef that comes of it, but it's a small piece of the story.
Subtle dig. I'm not seeing any follow-up like lawsuits though.
No.
I don't think Kim's going to be like, I'm going to sue you, Drake, for using my image and likeness.
I just think it's always like a bigger story between Kanye and Drake of like just constant nitpicking at each other.
Or will Kanye drop a new song?
That would be wild.
That would be cool. But also that just shows that Kanye cares so much. So I don't know if Kanye would do that.
Man, the X situation. Do you say, I don't care.
I would get in there.
You'd get back in the booth.
Yeah. And I'd like bring like some sort of audio that Kim sent me. And then have like Drake too and be like, bop, bop.
Can we please get Scarlett in the booth ASAP?
Rocky.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. In small news, small courts claim, small claim courts, Gwyneth Paltrow won her case against whomever.
Against Harry Sanderson was his name.
Harry Sanderson.
Who hit who? Apparently Gwen did not hit him on the slopes.
That's what was claimed. So she won her $1 and all the legal fees.
She might get the legal fees. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That only thing I'm going to say about that is the hilariousness of them going through his Facebook profile, which had massive amounts of pictures of him doing crazy things that clearly had nothing to do with him being hurt or...
Like, you survived the hit.
Yeah.
If you did get
You're
hit.
good.
Yeah.
You're good, man.
Another viral moment, though, was Gwen walking out and whispering something on her way out to him. Everyone's like, what did she say? Like, yeah, you got what you deserved. Or like, I don't know. Do you think she said something mean or she was just like, sorry, it worked out this way, man?
I don't think Gwen's a sweetheart by any means.
I don't think she is either. She's like, did she hit him? No. She's innocent.
I don't know what happened, but yeah,
so
between
you
the
think
Dahmers,
it was nice or mean at the end?
I think it was mean.
Okay.
I would not want to cross Gwen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's something that feels a little bit lifeless about.
You're wearing Jeffrey Dahmer glasses in court? What if that was actually a little message? Like
a tactic, like, I'll eat you. I'll put you in my next goop.
Yeah. I'm concerned about you, Dennis.
The Terry Sanderson skincare.
Ew, I'm concerned.
I'm just saying, she's got
candles
a factory.
That smell, instead of candles that smell like your vagina, candles that smell like Terry Sanderson.
Reports Terry Sanderson has disappeared.
We gotta cut this. We're gonna get flagged.
Yeah, we're like already on a true crime podcast. I think that's pretty much it though for this week, right?
Yeah, that is.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Plain Telephone, on TikTok at Plain Telephone Podcast, and on YouTube where we're doing full episodes. Hand to God, I've been a little bit behind, so we got to get those last episodes up. But
check it out.
Yeah, check it out anyway.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.